Hi, guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be doing my episode review for the most recent episode of Zoo, which premiered earlier this week on Tuesday night on CBS. Now, before I start talking too much, please be warned that this episode review will be full of big spoilers regarding the most recent episode of Zoo. If you're not caught up, or if you're behind by a few episodes or by one episode, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into big spoilers. You have been warned. That being said, man, talk about an emotional roller coaster. Like, this episode, the stakes were raised incredibly high, and there's literally a clock counting down to when the no objective happens, because apparently Davies convinces the world powers, or the countries supporting the no objective, to initiate it in 4 days, which means they have 4 days to come up with a cure to save the animals and the human race. Otherwise, millions of people are gonna die. And not only that, now they have faced this horrible possibility that not only it's the number has changed from like 2 million people to possibly a couple billion. Because sure enough, we saw in this episode what I was hoping to see, a cut back to Dariella escorting the British civilians to the safe zone. Sure enough, they're attacked on the open road right as they're just a few blocks away from the safe zone. They're attacked by killer horses. I don't know, it seemed kind of silly at first, but then I realized that would actually be really scary, like quite terrifying, having an angry horse charge at you and then kick at you as it's neighing and whinnying, and it tries to crush you with its hooves. Because that one horse tried to do that to Dariella after she fell on her back. She rolled out of the way just in time, but it was going to crush her with its hooves. And when she noticed that the horses were only going after her for some reason, it got her suspicious that there was something about her or the group of people she was with. And sure enough, when she told the team, that's what led them to speculate, now the mutation has mutated once again. Now, instead of killing 2 million people, they're going to kill maybe billion or billions of people. And then poor Jackson. I mean, the guy has had such a hard time this whole season. First, he lost the love of his life, Chloe, and then he finds out that his mother has turned into one of the genetic mutant freaks, and she killed a lion with her bare hands, and she scared away a pride of lions, because at first we thought these lions were going to attack Abe, but then they run right past him because they're running from Jackson's mother. He's forced to shoot her to save his best friend's life, and he has to kill his mother, and now he's even more incensed with his father for giving both him and his mother the ghost gene, if that is indeed what it is. It's possible that it might be something else, but if it is the ghost gene, dick move, Dad. And then we also find out Abe comes clean about his past, that, like the general said in the last episode, it was no coincidence or fate of him meeting Jackson. Jackson Sr. paid Abraham when he was a young man to inject his wife with the ghost gene. He went to the clinic, pretended to be sick. When she leaned over him, he injects her with the ghost gene, but then she is so nice to him after the fact that she takes him in and he befriends a young Jackson. They grow up together, and now Abe is finally revealing this horrible truth about himself and his father to his best friend, his closest friend. And it's bad enough that Jackson is dealing with all of this crap with his mother, that she turned into one of these human animal monsters and she killed a bunch of people, forcing Jackson to kill her to save Abe. And now Jackson is starting to lose it. In fact, we saw the dilated pupil kick in right as he snapped. Like, he literally snapped and attacked Abe, and he didn't hurt him that bad. Unfortunately, Dariella got there in time to scare him off, but he took a car and then he just went off out into the dark. And if that's not bad enough in terms of emotions, we finally got some understanding as to why Mitch is the way he is. His father is just the worst. I mean, a great character, good actor, but just a despicable person. Raging alcoholic, cradle robber, and then he's a cryptozoologist to top it all off. For his career choice, he's a cryptozoologist, trying to prove the existence of mythical creatures and shit like that. Then we get some more clarity on the relationship between Allison and Mitch. You know, he's introduced her as his stepmother, and then when he refers to his father as the cradle robber, you're like, ah, he went after the younger woman, and that she's practically Mitch's age. And then towards the end of the episode, we find out, oh my god, Mitch's father stole and seduced her from Mitch, which totally explains why he hates and resents him so much. Because his father is a sleeping sleazebag. Like, he'll grab any ass that moves. And then we also find out that, you know, another reason Mitch hates him is because he cheated on Mitch's mother with her best friend, and then Mitch's mother left the family, leaving Mitch to be raised by this man who, during some awards ceremony, started making advances on Mitch's girlfriend, who would later become his stepmother. And then later, when Jamie goes to, like, probably reveal her closeted feelings for Mitch, she opens up his, like, bedroom or cot door, and he's having sex with his stepmother. And it's not really that weird because they're almost the same age. She's like a few years younger than him or so. And you know, before they were stepson, stepmother, they were boyfriend, girlfriend, because they were much closer in the age range. It was like so much shit was happening tonight's episode. You know, the stakes have been raised. There's a countdown to when the no objective is going to happen. And if it doesn't kill 2 million people like it was originally projected, it could now kill 1 billion or billions of people. Dariella is reunited with the group. Abe made his horrible personal confession to Jackson. Jackson literally snapped, beat on his friend for a little bit, and now he took off to just get some air and clear his head. Or we don't know where he went. Could he have gone on a personal vengeance mission to find Davies or his father? Because then, to make matters worse, when Abraham's confessing, by the way, I injected your mom with the ghost gene because your dad paid me to, your dad is also alive. Because Jackson's like, she was the only family I had, and if you consider yourself family, how dare you? But he's like, no, Jackson, listen, your dad is alive too. And it was like, Jackson was like a powder keg this whole episode, and he finally went off. And it's only understandable why he did. I mean, God, the poor guy, he's had to deal with so much this season. You know, he's dying from this, you know, not dying, but he's slowly turning into a genetic monster like Kovacs and like his unfortunate poor mother. And now he found out his father is alive after all these years. And then to top it all off, he found out that his best friend, his closest friend from childhood, was actually recruited and paid by his father to inject his mother with the ghost gene, and then he turns out not falling in love, but he turns out forming a relationship with Jackson anyway. I mean, Jesus, that's enough to make anybody go nuts. And then Mitch was almost at his breaking point too, until he finally told his dad, or as he kept referring to him by his first name, Max or something, to get the hell off their plane. And you can certainly understand why Mitch is the way he is, and why he does not get along with his father. His father, as despicable as he was a really enjoyable character performance. He was just, you know, it was a great combination of being an alcoholic, a womanizer, and a cryptozoologist, and bad enough being a man who stole his son's girlfriend from him, marrying her, and then later getting divorced by her. I mean, it was a lot to take in, but it was fun. It was a good episode, and I'm glad we saw a scene like I was hoping to see, where Dariella is on the road with the British civilians, and they're attacked by a pack of animals. Turns out to be some nasty, bad-tempered horses, and it was a cool little action scene there during the episode. But honestly, besides the horse attack, it was extremely entertaining and just intriguing watching all of this personal drama with all of our characters. And the title of the episode was so appropriate because it was called Sins of the Father. And what's great is that you know, that's obviously a direct reference to Robert Oz, Jackson's father, for everything he's done. But it can also definitely be applied to Mitch's father as well, for being such a sleazebag. Anyway, great episode. I can't wait to see how the rest of the season is going to turn out. Are they going to get to a cure in time or not? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Now they've introduced that there's this Jurassic Park island out there somewhere, which is actually experimenting on trying to bring back extinct animals. I mean, What the what the hell? I mean, it's weird, but it's a good kind of weird because it keeps you entertained and engaged. But at the same time, I was like, a saber-toothed cat. This is how they're gonna find, this is what's gonna get them closer to the cure. The key to the cure is in the DNA of this saber-toothed cat, not a tiger but a cat, and it's on this island codenamed Pangea, appropriately enough. But it literally looked like Jurassic Park. It's like they took stock footage from Jurassic Park and put in this episode. I don't know. I just got a big kick out of it. Grant, mind you, I'm not making fun of it. I thought it was all very, very well done and well told. But great episode again. I mean, damn, I'm glad the show got renewed for a third season. I can't wait to see where it takes us next. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode review here on the Edward. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we continue to follow season 2 of Zoo, which premieres every Tuesday night on CBS. Check your local listings for times. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page in the description down below. I think you'll like what you see. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. Thanks again for stopping by, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.